Let's talk about why magnesium might not be working for you. So many people take magnesium, but they actually are not even feeling the effects of that magnesium. They still deal with insomnia. They still deal with fatigue, high blood pressure, heart palpitations, leg cramps, anxiety. Today we're going to talk about 8 magnesium mistakes that are super important that don't necessarily directly involve magnesium, but they involve things around magnesium. It's the system around it. Because if you don't really understand this, you could be taking it for years and not see the results. Magnesium is, hands down, one of the most important minerals for the entire body. It's involved in over 300 different biochemical reactions. It helps you control heart rhythm, blood pressure, sleep, energy, insulin that helps you control blood sugar. Magnesium is vital for nerve function, mitochondria, especially in the making of ATP. So let's start where the mistakes begin. Okay, number 1, thinking magnesium works by itself. And all you need to do is just take magnesium and it'll work. Not true. The most important helper cofactor is vitamin D. And also, on the flip side, in order for vitamin D to work, you also need magnesium. They both are dependent on each other. And I'm not talking about just the regular amount of vitamin D that people recommend, like 600 IUs. You need at least 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 IUs of vitamin D3 to have sufficient amounts for magnesium to work. And that brings us to another point. So many people are deficient in vitamin D. They don't even know it. And that could be the reason why they're expressing magnesium deficiency symptoms. Not only because they're missing magnesium, but they're also missing vitamin D3. But it doesn't just stop there. Vitamin B6 is also necessary for magnesium to get into your cells. You also need another mineral called potassium for magnesium to work. And out of all the minerals that you need large amounts of potassium, like 4,700 milligrams per day. Rarely does anyone get that much. So a lot of people are deficient in potassium as well. Now, another mineral that's needed for magnesium is sodium. A lot of people get enough sodium, but when you go on a low-carb diet, you lose a lot of fluid. And with that, you lose a lot of sodium. So some people have symptoms of weakness in the muscle when they start a low-carb diet because they need more sea salt. But just realize you need salt to also make magnesium work. Let's go to number 2, ignoring cell membrane damage. Remember I said that most of the magnesium is inside your cell? Well, in order to get inside the cell, it has to get through this membrane right here. And a lot of people have damage in the membrane. And so then the question is, what damages the membrane? The big one is seed oils. An average person consumes between 20 and 25% of all their calories from seed oils, corn oil, soy oil, canola, cottonseed, concentrated fats that ancient man never consumed in abundance, and they're highly processed, which means they create inflammation. But they have the ability to embed in your membranes. They also mess with the receptors for insulin, creating more pre-diabetic situations. And so they really overload the cell with something called omega-6, which is more inflammatory. In order for that magnesium to get in the cell, you need good membranes. And this is why when someone stops consuming seed oil, it doesn't just solve the problem overnight. It takes literally like 600 days for all of that to be cleared out so those membranes can start working again. And I think also one symptom of a problem with the cell membranes is your arteries are rigid and you have high blood pressure. That's a clarifying symptom that you might have problems with the membranes because the inside of the body is very, very brittle and stiff. Number 3, understanding stress and what it does to magnesium. Stress is like causing a body reaction, okay? It's more of a body reaction than an emotion. It's shutting down your digestion. It's lowering your immune system. It's decreasing blood flow to certain organs, especially the stomach. This is why ulcers can be triggered by stress. That then increases the demand for magnesium and the loss of magnesium at the same time, creating a magnesium deficiency. You're just going to need more magnesium. Also, when you consume more caffeine, you lose magnesium. And so if you're stressed, anxious, overworked, wired, you're going to need magnesium. Next one is taking the wrong type of magnesium. The most common magnesium that people take when they go to the drugstore and buy it is magnesium oxide. It's the worst. You only absorb 3% of it. A much better